So guys, two amazing things are happening today and I want to take advantage of them. First, my friend is here, so I figured I'm gonna put her to work. So she's going to help me film a tour of all the houseplants I grow outside in this my hellfire of a country, okay? The second great thing that is happening is that the Nigerian sun isn't out today to kill and fry any one of us outdoors to death. August is the coolest time of the year, so I want to take advantage of those two things. The friend that is here and the fact that the Nigerian sun isn't shining, to give you guys a tour of my houseplant, the houseplants that I grow outdoors, and give you guys an idea of what these plants look like when they are grown outdoors in a tropical country. So without much ado, like we say, grab a cup of coffee, grab someone, grab something. You may not need to clutch your pearls for this one. And let's begin. So the first plant is obviously this auntie that is stealing the show, this amazing golden pothos. I've talked about this before in my previous videos, guys. This plant is a classic and it isn't going away anytime soon. In my case, I just have her growing up this bamboo pole. You don't even need a fancy pole for this one. A bamboo pole will do. And she's honestly, stealing the show. I love to feature her in the backdrop or the side profile of my videos, as I'm sure some of you have noticed. And I'm not complaining. I'm not growing her in any magical soil. It is growing literally in clay, and I water her sporadically, and we're pretty much good to go. I'm so glad I bought this babe. Yeah, please go and get yourself a golden pothos. She's a classic and she's not going away anytime soon. Now for the girlies that a bit on the snobbish side, they want something a bit more unique and variegated, we have this variegated lady palm here. This beauty, honestly, she has been growing in the same pot for 900 years. One thing I've come to appreciate about myself as I've matured in this plant hobby is that I'm not really keen on growing big, huge plants. You get what I mean? Camera lady, yeah. My home girl, your plants do not have to grow to be big and enormous. Sometimes keep them contained in a small pot. This has been contained in a small pot for years. Haven't even fertilized, and as a result she grows very in a way I can control her growth without her growing amok. But that's variegated lady palm. Some of you may have noticed this young lady here, Zizi, and some of you, if you're an OG of my page, you know that this is a plant that I've struggled to keep alive on several occasions. This is my longest lived Zizi. I think we're going to be 4 months, if I'm not mistaken, which is a personal record. Everyone that knows me knows I kill Zizis like they are nothing. The trick has been to move her to a terracotta pot and I water her very sporadically. Now, Esther Adamu, guess what plant this is? This is the plant that you convinced me to buy. I remember I was so reluctant to buy this plant because they're very common and basic in this part of the world. I didn't have an appreciation for such common plants then, and I bought her when she was just a small rat. But now she's so beautiful. She takes my neglect. I water her whenever I feel like, and she pretty much just loves her and she does well. And yeah, I love her. Aglonema, I believe, Snow Queen. Yes, Snow Queen. And then I've got this Manjule pothos here. She was initially growing in my plant room, but I brought her out. I chopped her, brought her out. I know in a couple of months she's going to be a thrilling, beautiful specimen, and I can't wait till she becomes a better sight to behold. So now we're in this corner of my garden, girlies, and I don't even know where we should start from. But let's start from the obvious mamacita, this colossus, this monstrosity, this beautiful monstrosity. This is a large farm Monstera. And babes, if you want to know how I grew such a beautiful specimen, check out my Monstera care video. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Look at the material. I do worry, however, that she's clearly going to outgrow this spot. She has a new leaf that is about to form here, and that is just going to cover up all the plants here. But when we get to that bridge, we are going to cross it, as all crazy plant people do. And then I've created a bit of an archway here with some houseplant aglaonemas. On this page, we're not aglaonema snobs. I love aglaonemas. I used to have an extensive collection of them, but I did have to get rid of a lot of them because they were particularly prone to this scale. And this one has it, although I've treated it with a systemic, but can you see? They're called unimous scales and they can really run amok on aglaonemas. So I cut down a lot of my collection. I just kept a handful. Look at this. Oh my god, look at this beauty. And you know, my aglaonemas, they mostly start off like this because these ones can be more expensive. So I generally tend to start them off small like this. And trust me, in a matter of months, as long as you keep expanding the pot, they will grow to be full and yummy specimens. Speaking of a full and yummy specimen, I have to carry this one up. She's about to close her leaves because it's evening time, as calatheas do. This full lush mama, if anyone tells you calatheas are difficult, show them this one. She's living proof that, you know, some of them are actually quite easy and we shouldn't throw the whole genus in the dustbin. I've had this babe for close to 5 years. We've had our fair shares of crusty leaves, but through it all, you know, we persevered. She has taken my neglect and all of that. And by the way, as I mentioned in a previous video of mine, this babe, I packed her to the brim, and this one as well, I packed them, all of them, to the brim with manure. Manure is my secret weapon in this garden. Manure, cow poo-poo. So one of the things I'm most proud about, guys, is the plants here. Hello? The fact that I have an Alocasia, I can keep this one alive for as long, and I have an Alocasia Frideck that has so many leaves. How many leaves now are here? How many leaves? Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 leaves. 7 leaves. This is why when I call myself a plant icon, you people had better believe that I'm a plant icon. Do you think it is easy to keep an Alocasia alive with 7 leaves? The trick honestly has been to keep them moist. I can already see that she's thirsty because the leaves are beginning to drop down a bit, even though the soil still looks moist. So that's typically my cue. Once I see the leaves start to drip down, even though the soil still looks moist, I water her. That is my cue that these Alocasias, you know, love to stay hydrated, and they're actually fast growing if you keep them constantly hydrated. And over there I have that babe. She's my favorite plant. I think I want to hold her, grab her and just hold her. My favorite babe. My YouTube membership girlies know how I stumbled upon this plant. I'm not going to reveal my secrets because Esther Adamu is here. I don't want her to know. She bought one from me, so I don't want her to know exactly how much I got this plant and how I stumbled it. But my YouTube membership people know. A rare and a lucky find, and she's doing so well. She's pushing out new leaves like crazy. I treat this like an Alocasia as well. Just keep her moist and, you know, you're good to go. Hi, can you see me? I'm right here within these security bars. So we have these security bars in Nigeria, obviously for security purposes, and yeah. Anyways, but back to this tour. Over on top here, I ensured I hung some plants just to give the cascading effect. I have this variegated philodendron boilermax, and I found that the best thing to do is to keep this plant contained in a small pot. If not, the green part will quickly overtake the variegated bits. And I also have this plant was actually a gift by my homegirl Esther Adamu, the camera lady. She gifted me this dagon fern. Fun fact, this is actually native to Nigeria, so I think she randomly found it on the streets of this nation. And then I have my skin dapses. This is one of my oldest living plants. Remember when this plant was a hot cake commodity? She was a hot cake commodity. At one point, she was my most expensive plant. But now we don't care about her anymore. You know, we don't care. So I just have her trailing downwards. I think she needs a good, prune, but I've dumped her there. And then here, I've got my neon pothos. This babe was growing indoors, so it's the rainy season now. It's very dark and gloomy indoors, so I brought out a lot of my houseplants outdoors, so they can benefit from the shaded and cloudy weather outdoors without the Nigerian sun frying them to death. So yeah, golden neon pothos. This always adds a beautiful pop of color, an inexpensive way to add a beautiful pop of color to your collection. Yes, let me come outside of this security bar so we can move on to the next tier. Girlies, this is going to be the last time in a long time you're gonna see this beautiful babe, because I'm actually going to be gifting a cutting of this to my plant bestie Esther Dama. She deserves it. So I'm gonna be gifting it to her. So let's just have a look. This was almost ravaged to death by trips, so I grew her back literally from a cutting. I think it was just this leaf and she grew back. So yeah, and then my philodendron Florida Beauty. This is actually my most expensive plant. I absolutely love her. And this she said she needs a cut. No way. And then I am trying my hands again on that Calathea orbifolia. It's a recent purchase. What I'm doing differently is I'm growing her in a self-watering pot. I did grow this to a beautiful specimen at one point, and then it just declined as Calatheas do. On this tier over here, babes, do you know what anthurium this is? I feel like it's not your regular crystallinum. I feel like it's a mix. I just recently purchased it. Yeah, and I'm gonna still spray it down with a systemic because some of the leaves don't look too healthy, but yeah, so far so good. That's one of the latest additions to my garden. I've got the classic here, philodendron Birkin. You see, one thing about this garden is that we're not plant snobs. At least I don't know about you, camera lady, but at least I'm not a plant snob. I do have the rare and expensive, but I also have the inexpensive when I pair them together. This is a plant that to me will never go out of style. Even though you, my Western girlies, have forgotten about this plant will never go out of style to me. Yeah, the popularity just declined, but still a beautiful one. I want to show you guys this Calathea. Esther, please bring the camera over. This Calathea, it's evening time, so she's about to go to sleep, but I don't see my American girlies talk about this Calathea or feature it. I don't even know its name. I'm going to dig deep and see if I can research on its name. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see this one in your collection. I think it's a rare one overseas. It's a recent addition to the collection. Babes, at this venture, make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm bending down on these millennial knees to give you guys the best angles and shots. I love the Schefflera. Like on this page, we are not plant snobs. I don't care whether it's an aeroid or a non-aeroid. If I love it, I love it. I love this Schefflera. This is the one that has the white. This is the one. The cameraman just told me to tuck in my tummy. This is the one that has the white variegation, and I love her so much. This is an Alocasia pink dragon, I believe. This is some type of tomatophyllum. They are quite expensive in Nigeria. I do not know why. Oh, I want to show you guys this. Look at this. This is a philodendron Epipermnum marble. So beautiful. So beautiful. I need to give her a pull. And my Florida philodendron strawberry shake. Look at, she brought out a new leaf. This plant is going to be a beautiful sight. I mean, she may look like a hot mess now, but she's going to be a beautiful sight to behold soon. And this is one of my prides and my joy. She was almost fried to death by the Nigerian sun, by the Nigerian heat, because I grow them underneath the shade net, but sometimes the heat gets too intense. She was almost fried to death by the Nigerian heat, but thankfully now that's rainy season, she's back and doing her thing. But I have noticed that she's not as vibrant because the weather is not as sunny, so she's not as vibrant. She's becoming more greener, if that makes any sense. I've got a few other. That's a philodendron. Ring of Fire. Remember when this used to be a hot cake plant? Remember? And now I guess no one cares about it anymore. And I've got over here fidgety fig. This plant is not difficult, it's not finicky. Even though I have the advantage of living in the country where it's native to Nigeria and West Africa, but it's not difficult. Just stop playing around with the roots when you're repotting it, and keep it moist and give it lots of light. That's it, and you're pretty much good to go. She's bringing out a new leaf. Love her. I have two that I planted directly in this spot, and let me show you guys a ficus that is actually native to Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, your rubber plant is a beautiful rubber plant. She's a classic. She's an icon. No one will ever take that away from her. But that's not the only ficus that exists. Have you heard of the ficus stapula? I love that this is native to West Africa and Nigeria, and there's a certain leatheriness to the leaves. And I also like the fact that the leaves are like heart-shaped to a certain extent. I love her. She's not a common one here, and a lot of people overlook her in this houseplant industry. But please write to your big box stores to stock and store the ficus stapula, or African fig tree. Okay. This is an interesting Dieffenbachia. It doesn't look like your regular. This is a different one, right? I got it from a private growers collection. His was so mesmerizing. It just hypnotized me literally, and it gave me this small pop that I have been nursing. And in this beautiful ficus Audrey. Oh my goodness, this beautiful ficus Audrey. I want to show you guys something cool. Come closer, camera lady. This is the trunk of, can you see? This is the trunk of the ficus, but it shot out this aerial root that has formed into another trunk, and now it basically just has two trunks. This is another plant I have intentionally kept contained in a pot. Even though it's in a large pot, I don't fertilize, because obviously I don't want her to grow and take over. I do live in a rented shared space, so I'm being considerate. But I want to show you guys some plants I've kept here as well. I've forgotten this one, Houseplant and Philodendron biliaceae, guys. I still don't know what the fuss is about this plant. I guess because of the orange petals. This is one I just recently got. So, yeah. So guys, this is the succulent corner of my garden, and I know some of you are not succulent. Most of you who watch my channel are not succulent lovers. But please, we still have to spotlight a few specimens. My desert rose. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I still believe this is not an indoor plant. You grow this outdoors. Her flowers are beginning to, get spent, but she's still a beautiful sight to behold. So this is the desert rose after I have watered it. So if you've watched my desert rose video, you know that when these plants are in bloom, if you want to maintain the longevity of the blooms, you need to keep the plant hydrated during its blooming circle, which is what I did. And as you can see, the desert rose plant has perked up. I love this babe. I love her. Okay, back to the video. This is the one that has white flowers. Look at the material. Oh, so beautiful. And I just recently acquired one that has a mix. It's supposed to have a mix of like yellow and pink flowers. And I want to spotlight this plant here, this yummy baby. I want to carry. Just look at, I've never been able to keep a jade plant alive in this our hot and humid weather, but this is a plant that just appreciates our weather and grows beautifully. So if you live in a tropical climate and you can't keep a jade plant alive, this is a great and amazing alternative. Also, can we spotlight that beautiful pink? Look, the pink fluff, Alocasia pink repens. This is just a beautiful flower. Just give it somewhere to spread and give it lots of bright light and water sporadically, and you're good to go. And also, I just want to point out that my snake plant is finally growing. This particular snake plant, this is a Sansevieria I don't even know the name, I've forgotten the name, but after years it is finally growing, and such a beautiful sight to see. And I want to show you guys this cool plant over here. Camera lady, I'm obsessed. This is a firecracker plant. She's not a house plant per se, but I'm excited to grow this in my garden. Guys, look at this babe. Is this not just a freak of nature? This is a Sansevieria canary. Bought her when she was a small rat, and now she's taking over. I have to even be careful to ensure she doesn't poke my eyes out. And then there's this beautiful, oh my goodness, look at her, absolutely beautiful Euphorbia. I can't keep her name to my head. I'm going to insert a picture, but I absolutely love her. And to show you how diverse of a genus Euphorbia genus is, this is another Euphorbia, an Euphorbia geraldi, and just doing this thing and looking beautiful. What should we spotlight here? Look, where is it?
Variegated snake.
Okay, and then my variegated snake plant is growing very painfully slowly. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys, some of you guys have been asking me for an update on my Sansevieria collection, but honestly these plants haven't really grown much because I've either separated them since then, or I've pretty much been neglecting them. The thing about Sansevieria is if you neglect them, they won't grow as much. But yeah, let's spotlight that. I like that. That's so beautiful. I did my big one with this combination here. This is an Euphorbia mealy, a type of Euphorbia mealy, and I paired it with this beautiful cactus. And yeah, I absolutely love it. So guys, let's do the honors. And pass down the baton to my homegirl, Esther Adamu. Please, take it easy, please. Okay, please, Esther, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. People are watching you on YouTube. People are watching you. Don't be... Okay, 3. Oh my God. Please, Jesus. Guys, this is what she's taking, and this is what is left. This is what is left of my baby. Guys, we've come to the end of this tour, and this tour has actually taught me 2 things. The first thing is that I need to hit the gym and get rid of this, this tummy fat. And the second and most profound thing it has taught me is that I shouldn't have friends, because friends will come and take cuttings of some of your most valuable plants. But yeah, thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and if you liked it, like and subscribe. Also, if you want to check out what Esther Adamu does behind the scenes, the shenanigans she puts us all through on her Instagram, I'm gonna link her Instagram in the description to check her out and follow her as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.